Rezende. I'm Brazilian, a daughter in the second generation. My mother is Malaysian and my father is Brazilian, from the blessing of 1275 couples held in 1989. I grew up in the city of Jardim, Pantanal, so I had the opportunity to grow up in a large community of blessed family with many second generation raising all together as two brothers and sisters. At the time, my parents were always busy in the mission. My father did public mission for many years, and my mother took care of the financial department of the church. During my adolescence, my relationship with my mother became difficult. At the time, she was working hard to support the providence and receiving a lot of spiritual and physical attacks. Sometimes, when my mother came home, she was very angry, and that made me very sad. I wondered why she was like this and how painful it was for God, seeing my mother serving the providence and seeing that there were bad people who were accusing her. And when I talked with her, I realized that her relationship with her mother was also not very good. After leaving home very young to follow a life of devotion for Heavenly Parents, she had often felt very lonely. Soon, after I turned 16 years old, I left home and went to medical school in another country, Paraguay. So I was away from my family for 7 years. When I was in my last year of college, I discovered that my mother had colon cancer. So when I returned to Brazil, we started doing tests to understand the situation better. Thanks God, the cancer was still in the early stage. I was praying strongly to Heavenly Parents and to parents to understand what the next steps would be for me and my mother. One night, during a prayer, Heavenly Parents showed me that I should go to Korea. I started to fundraise, but fortunately, my aunt offered help for both of us to go to Korea. At the moment, I saw how much Heavenly Parents was taking care of us and preparing everything for our arrival here. 6 days after arriving in Champion, Ansu Master Qing had said my mother had to have Ansu 3 times every day a day and all over her body, and that I would help in this process. Every day I have spent in Korea, I could see how much Heavenly Parents wanted to teach me how to love my mother. So I was learning from King Gatsu and the Ansu team and understanding the heart of love that I had to help my mother. It has not been an easy task to face the heart of a mother's despair. Every day it has been as if I were at the bottom of the sea, trying to fish in the depth of the mud and thorns, removing each of those spirits and asking God to forgive each of them and the mistakes of my ancestors. One of the beautiful experiences I had here that for me was a key point to understanding God's heart for my mother was during the foot washing ceremony. When I started cleaning her feet, I could hear God speaking deeply inside my heart. Oh, my beloved daughter.
사랑하는 내 딸아.
I started to cry and my heart melted because until then I only saw her as my mother. But at that moment, God was showing me His love for my mother as His beloved daughter. God kept saying, this feet worked for years with devotion for me, and the providence, each cells and line of this foot tells a history of devotion and of many years of hard work for me. I love my daughter so much, and I want to love her even more. As God told me this, showing me the unconditional love He had for my mother, my heart was filled with joy, and I wanted to feel every inch of her foot more and more. And I was very grateful to her for supporting Heavenly Parents' providence for so many years. During the days of Ansu, I could also see the care of Heavenly Parents for me and my health. I was doing Ansu for my mom, and at the end of the session, my back started to hurt. Later, when I was doing balls on Chenyang 1, I thought my back hurt because I was tired. but that pain remained for a few days. When I went to say my prayer the day before the workshop began, my back was still hurting, and I suddenly say, Heavenly Dad and Mommy, could you send someone to do also on my back? Someone whose hands you can work through? And I even added, if it's Mr. Kim Dok-soo, I will be even better. That night at the vigil during the Chanyan section, I was clapping my hands strongly, and suddenly Mr. Kim Dok-soo sat down next to me. And soon after, he began to hit my back with great devotion. I felt a lot of love for God at the moment. It was if Heavenly Parents was fulfilling my special request. And thanks to that, the next day I managed to do 120 bows without feeling much pain. In that afternoon, I received more ansu on my back again from the ansu team, and it was really gratifying, feeling the special love of Heavenly Parents through their hands. They are so devoted and sacrificial as daughters of God. Gradually, my back is getting better. Another time, during Chanyan, I plead with Heavenly Parents and True Parents to prepare my heart and my hands so that they could be used to treat humanity. I set humanity as a goal because if I could have this level, then I could have the heart and inner strength to help my mother. Suddenly, I saw Heavenly Parents within True Father. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing. It was very beautiful, and then I realized that they were united in one. They hugged me from behind and then came into my heart like a golden light. After that, I couldn't stop crying, and then I started asking, Daddy, can my hands be blessed and used by you? Can it be your instrument of love for this humanity? Then I saw True Father. He came, held my hands, looked at me in the eyes, smiled, and kissed my hands. At the moment, I melted into deep gratitude for receiving so much love. Also, during those days, I began to wonder why God had sent me with my mother. I realized that during the last few years, my mother was investing in rebuilding the love relationship and striving to change her heart that she couldn't give us when we were children. I realized then that Heavenly Parents gave me the opportunity to clear my heart, forgive the past, and be humble to my parents, and accepting their love and give them love. I was thinking about that, and one night during the vigil prayer, I asked her mother to show me the way and give me the strength to clear my heart and forgive the past. At the moment, I saw True Mother come in front of me. She was very beautiful and bright. She sat down in front of me and looked at my face and hugged me deeply. Then she lifted my face and wiped away my tears. It was if she could understand my heart deeply. I was ashamed Mother was looking at me, but at the same time I felt she was not there to judge me, but to convey a mother's love and affection. She was showing me that she would be with me and give me the strength to follow my determination and build a heart of filial piety. She was comforting me and taking care of every detail and my growth process and sharing for my victory. I cannot measure the infinite love I felt for her. A week after this experience, I wanted to pass love and gratitude to every cell I touched in my mother's body doing ansu. Suddenly, I heard Heavenly Parents talking to me inside my heart to convey love to my mother, saying, "My daughter, I love you. I wanted to heal you, and I want your joy." That moved me even more. I held my heart and squeezed my chest because I was overwhelmed by such intense love. Heavenly Parents was using my heart to love my mother and was very happy. It was like a bomb exploding in my heart. After that day, I was determined to improve my relationship with my family and to understand the heart of Heavenly Parents, giving my parents joy. I know Heavenly Parents wants and craves my growth and victory. So I will continue to pursue Heavenly Parents and True Parents' purpose in my life.
하늘 부모님, 전 부모님